All right, YouTube. So today I'm bringing you a video on a lower that I just purchased. And I wasn't even really looking for a lower, but I am always perusing the internet and looking on a website. It's called Florida Gun Trader. That's a website that I use for at least the state of Florida, where people can buy, sell, and trade gun parts or guns or other things for guns and gun parts. I've seen people try to trade cars and Rolex watches and stuff like that, for guns and gun parts. So I do utilize that site every now and then, and this just kind of came across a search that I was doing. I always search for stripped lowers, and I've always been interested in JL Billet. And I've never actually had the opportunity to like hold one or see one in person, but they've always intrigued me. I've always liked the design. Like aesthetically, they look like the uppers, the lowers, the handguards, they are extremely aesthetically pleasing. They're good looking. How reliable they are, I don't know. They do offer some cool features other than just the aesthetics of things, and their price point is quite good. So I've always been kind of interested in buying one. I just never seen one in store. I've never known anyone to own an upper or lower from JL Billet, but I've always kind of thought about ordering one because MSRP on these things, they're only like 230 bucks, which isn't bad for a well-machined billet lower that's semi-ambidextrous. And I say semi-ambidextrous because it's not completely, but it's like 90% there, so it's basically an ambidextrous lower. But anyway, I bought this from a personal party. It was $200, so it was like $30 off the MSRP. But I didn't have to do a transfer fee. I didn't have to do a background check. I didn't have to pay taxes. Um, if I can avoid that stuff, that's great. It just saves me money. You know what I mean? Like it's about 25 to 30 bucks for the transfer, depending on which FFL that I transfer it to. $5 for the background check, and like 15 bucks for tax on like a $200 item. So you add up all those costs, and a $230 lower turns into $300. So the fact that I found this for $200, I was very happy with it, and I got some extras with it. So anyway, let me quit just yapping, and I'll show you the box. I mean, a box is a box, but I think the packaging and stuff of something, it can add to the experience and whatnot. So I'm not entirely sure what all came with it, but he left the stickers in there, and everything at least looks well padded and protected in there. So um, I'd say it's just as good a box as ADMs, maybe not as good as Radians, but you're also paying like 450 bucks for a Radian lower. So I mean the box should be like dipped in gold or something. But anyway, this is the lower, and it didn't come with everything. Anything from the receiver extension back, I put on, right. So the lower just came in looking like this. He had a Magpul K2 Plus grip on it, mil-spec trigger. Whatever this ambi safety is, looks like it's about a like 50 or 55 degree throw. Nice positive click safety. I don't know what brand it is, but I'm not huge on like the screw through barrel design on the safeties, but it seems solid. It seems solid. Came with an Odinworks XMR3 magazine release button. Um, I probably wouldn't buy that, but I'm not complaining that it's there. And then Battle Arms Development bolt catch, and then obviously a pivot and a takedown pin. So I got all of this for $200, which I thought was a good deal. Because if you add up like the MSRP on things, like this is about 25 bucks. Mil-spec trigger is probably about 25 bucks. Ambi safety maybe like 30 bucks. So that's like, let's call that $80 so far. This Battle Arms Development bolt catch, that's what, 20 bucks. So there's 100 bucks right there. So I mean, I basically got the JL Billet lower for 100 bucks if you add up the MSRP costs of the other items. But again, I probably wouldn't put a mil-spec trigger in here. I'll probably change it out. I'll probably leave this on, and I might leave the safety just because I like the safety. And bolt catch, I could take it or leave it. So I'll probably just leave it for now. But I must say, like, I've seen pictures, and you just never know what it's going to look like in person. But I I gotta say that the machining looks very, very nice. It's very well machined. I don't see any machining marks. The anodization looks at least well done. This is a use lower, so I don't know if some of these blims and stuff were just from general use on it, but it looks to be at least well designed. I will say, like the MacBook K2, it sits. There's a little gap here, so that might bug some people, but I mean it's solid on there. It's not moving or anything. That little schmutz off there, but I might bother some. I think BCM or something goes a little bit higher up, so I might change it out for BCM trigger just because my OCD might get to me on that. But uh, I mean, it looks great. Not going to complain on the machining. It's got an integrated trigger guard, flared mag well, ambi magazine release button, which I must say is very, very smooth. This is probably the smoothest feeling ambi mag release button on the left side that I've used on an ambi lower. So I don't know if it's just well worn in, if this guy maybe was left-handed, so he used this one primarily. That could be the case, but a lot of the times, like at least on my Radian and ADM, these are really, really stiff. And this is very, I won't say easy to engage, but it's easier to engage than Radian or ADM. Um, let's see, what else can I talk about on here? Everything seems to be put in with set screws. Like I said, it was mostly ambidextrous because of this. This is your bolt release button, but it does not have a bolt hold open button like on an ADM or a Radian. So you can only release the bolt. You can't hold it open except standard bolt catch, holding this open, empty mag, or malfunction. That's the only way you're going to hold the bolt open. Um, what else can I say about it that I noticed at least? So it's got a set screw in the back for where your takedown pin, detent and spring will be. So it's got a captured spring. So if you take off your end plate or castle nut, it's not going to go flying out. Bolt catch is also done by a set screw. It's got a roll pin on the uh, ambi magazine release button over here, but I'm pretty sure if you just take out the magazine release button, that it probably just screws right out like a standard magazine catch. But yeah, that's what else can I talk about this lower? I don't know. Oh yeah, there's one thing I did want to touch on about this lower. I found this a little bit interesting. So JL Billet is actually manufactured out of Poway, California. That just blows my mind. Like I'm trying to think of another company that produces firearms that I can think of out of California, and I can't think of one. Maybe like I know Cross Armory doesn't um, make firearms, but I think they manufacture things out of California, if I'm not mistaken. They make a lot of California compliant stuff. Is what I'm thinking. But as far as like a firearms manufacturer, dude, I can't think of anybody. And then I can't think of anybody who's manufacturing like quality looking firearms. So I just know California just isn't conducive to business in general. Like taxes are super high. Crime is terrible. The homeless problem is just out of control. Politics sucks, and then I mean, there's literally like 1,000 reasons why I would not want to move, live, or do business in California. But JL Billet somehow seems to do it. So I'm going to have to do a little more research and see exactly what kind of politics JL Billet is into, because that is always a consideration for me if I can help it. I know Daniel Defense has said some questionable things about gun control. Springfield Armory has. Smith and Wesson also has. There's other couple gun companies that have, which I just don't even I can't even comprehend it. Like that's your bread and butter is selling firearms accessories and parts to like the public and to the police and military, but yet you want to like voice your concern about gun control or gun rights or something of that sort. If you're not actively fighting for gun rights as a gun company, like what are you even doing? I just it doesn't make just economic sense to me. But hey, I'm not those companies. I don't know what goes on through their heads, but sometimes I just kind of question whether or not I should be supporting certain companies. And if I have the ability to at least speak with my wallet, I met Bud Light, Target. Those are great examples of us being able to speak with our wallets, right? Um, do it, right? Like there's plenty of options out there. It's the beauty of capitalism. Plenty of options out there. You don't have to buy a lower like this if it doesn't match your politics. But I'm going to look a little more into it. Like I wasn't even aware that JL Billet was manufacturing ambi lowers out of Poway, California. But kind of cool. If hey, if you can do that and you're a reputable company, more power to you, man. But I gotta say, if you were to manufacture this like literally almost anywhere else, especially a less commie state than California, you'd probably make a lot more money. There'd probably be a lot less restrictions. You'd have a lot more freedoms. It'd just be a lot more fun for you. So I would encourage Mr. JL Billet to get out of California and just maybe take his manufacturing and business elsewhere. I just think it'd be more conducive to your financial situation, to your employees, to just every aspect of your life, right? But like I said, more power to you. If you can operate in California and you're happy with it, you go be you. But I thought that was an interesting little tidbit and stuff. But let me know what you guys think. $200. I I'd have a hard time not buying this for $200. Like if I found another one for $200, I'd probably buy that one too. I like the design of it. I'm going to buy a matching upper receiver set, like I said, for it. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with the build yet, but I'm going to do something. So it is kind of nice that I mean I can't buy a lower and not do a complete build for it, at least now. So this is going to be a future build in a future video. So I guess watch and see what happens with that. I'm probably going to just stick another upper that I have laying around. I've got like my Bear Creek Arsenal uppers. I got a PSA upper. Um, I think I've got another Arrow upper. I've got a couple of home build uppers that I can slap on this just as a placeholder, just because it's a complete lower now, right? So I might as well stick a complete upper on it, just because. And I'm kind of excited now to do a build for this. I thought about doing another 18-inch, I wanted a Parkerized chrome lined 18-inch, where instead of it was just stainless 416R stainless 18-inch. I thought about doing a 13.7 pin and weld since I don't have a 13.7. I've always wanted like a real 11.5 and a real 10.3, but with the pistol brace ruling and stuff, I'm probably just going to skip that for now until there's a little more clarification on the unconstitutional agency that is the ATF. But until that gets settled, I'll probably just stick with like 13.7 pin and welds and up. So I haven't decided what exactly what I'm going to do with this. I haven't decided what handguard I'm going to go with this. I'm thinking, like I said, matching receiver set for the JL Billet, and I might do like an SLR Rifle Works handguard, since they seem to do like machining in a very similar way. If you look at SLRs like lowers and uppers and stuff, it's very reminiscent of what JL Billet does, at least as far as like the aesthetics and the detailing and stuff. So that's kind of what I would compare this lower to, is like SLR, I guess. Maybe like I think Battle Arms Development makes an ambi style lower that probably is in the same vein as well. It's probably around the same price point, but I think it's a good looking lower. Like I said, it's well machined. I don't see like anything that I would consider questionable as far as quality goes. Um, my only negative is it's California. Not that I mean California is beautiful, but man, their politics sure are not. And not that politics are everything, but it's made life over there very difficult for people. You know, um, if I weren't into guns or anything, I still wouldn't want to live in California. If I were a pothead, I probably wouldn't want to live in California. There's like better states if I were a pothead to live in my opinion. So you know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to think of like the pros. I guess if I were like homeless and drug addicted, I mean, I'd love to go to California then. That'd probably be the only way I ever want to go to California. If I became homeless and drug addicted, that's when I would move to California. But anyway, I thought I'd share this little video with you. Guys, I don't do a lot of unboxing videos. It would just like it'd be a lot of videos because I get a lot of packages in. usually all at once. So I just kind of avoid all that, just not to spam content and bore you guys. But I let me know what you guys think, right? Like, would is this worth $200 to you? If you saw this on the used market and you could just pay $200 straight up for it, I think most people would if they had the disposable income. I think it's good looking. It's got decent features on it. I'm not complaining. So, um, anyway, I appreciate anyone that's made it all the way through. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them below. And I appreciate all the likes and whatever, right? Whatever YouTubers say about their subscriptions and likes and stuff. I mean, I feel the same way. I like them, I appreciate them, but you know, hey, if you just watch the video, that's all I'm asking for. If you just watch it and you can gain something from it, great. You know, if you hate it, I don't care. You watch the video. If you hate it and comment, you're helping the algorithm. So I'll always take positivity over negativity, but you do you. You know what I mean? So, anyways, join me next time, guys, and stay in tune for this, I guess, JL Billet build that I'll be doing here in the future. All right, guys.